Hi, I'm Simon. It's my privilege to be the chair of the Christian Ambulance Association. And it's that time for me to wish you Merry Christmas from myself and the trustees at the CAA. Except this Christmas, it doesn't feel quite so merry as it usually does. Now, I know Christmas can often be a tough time for many people, but this year it feels especially difficult and challenging, doesn't it? And we're concerned for your health and your well-being with it being such a difficult time. So I want to encourage you to look after yourself and those around you. Maybe you want to use an alternative primary care, ABC. So A, are we okay? Just spend a few moments this holiday period thinking, are you okay? It's been a tough year, and are you all right? Then B, be aware of the impact of what's going on, whether it's coronavirus or all the challenges that have come along with it. Be aware of the impact of that upon those around you, your colleagues, and your family and friends. And then C, show compassion and care. We're so good at showing that professionally to our patients and our communities. But if we're honest, sometimes we're less good at showing that same care and compassion to our families, our friends, and those who are closest to us. And we're all on the front line with this virus, aren't we? Whether you work in A&E or PTS, in a control room or in a management role, whether you're still in the NHS or whether you've chosen to step out into primary care or another role, maybe you're working in the private sector, all of us in our own way, in our own roles, whether at work or at home with the coronavirus, we're on the front line. And yet we often remind ourselves, don't we, that the kind of environment that most of our members in the CAA work in is we are very much on the front line, on the telephone or face-to-face with people who are struggling the most. And we need to care for ourselves and for one another. And we want you to be as safe as possible. If you're struggling, can I just encourage you, it's okay to seek help. There's a lot of it out there, so probably your employer has almost certainly got a whole raft of support mechanisms for you. And often those are provided by professionals and are available across 7 days a week. If you're struggling and you need help, and it's professional help that you need or structured support, please go and get some help. Your well-being is too important for you not to do that. But if there's something that we can do to help you, then we'd like to be part of that too. If your colleagues at work or your friends and family or even people you know in the church or the Christian community around you can't help, then we would like to be part of that support as well. So we've got over 250 members in the Christian Ambulance Association now, which is great news, but it also provides a greater opportunity for us to get support from one another. If it's something you can discuss in a group, but in a private setting, then maybe you could ask a question or seek some support or prayers on our closed Facebook group. If it's something you want to discuss more privately, then maybe you could go to the regional lead for your area, your part of the country. If you're not sure who that is, then contact us and let us know. Hopefully you're already part of a regional group in the CAA, and maybe there are people there that you could talk to. But if those things don't work for you, or you'd rather do something by email, then contact us at info@caauk.net. And we'll do what we can to help, because we want to get alongside you at this tough time as well. So please remember, take care of yourself and take care of one another. But then I want to encourage you as well, because regardless of the very real, painful and debilitating elements of COVID, God still loves you unconditionally. It hasn't changed. And there's a real opportunity this Christmas for you to spend some time with that same God. What are you going to do with that time that you might otherwise have been spending days with your family, or out at the sales, or out celebrating somewhere? There might be some time that you could do something special with. Maybe you've already got some ideas, but I want to encourage you, something that you could do probably the best thing that you can do with some of your time. Why don't you take a few minutes to spend it with God? I was reading just recently a passage in chapter 12 in the Bible where Mary, she meets Jesus and she gets this, what it describes as a pint of pure nard, which sounds like it's the most expensive perfume you could imagine. And she cracks it open and she anoints Jesus with his perfume, as if this is the greatest practical act of worship that she can come up with. Now, I haven't got any nard, and I don't suppose you have either, but what I may well have is a little bit of time. And I want to encourage you to use the time that you've got this Christmas, if you have just a few minutes even, to sit at the feet of Jesus and worship your Lord, your God, and the King who was born at Christmas those 2,000 plus years ago, born to live and to die so that we could have a great relationship with our Father in heaven. Thanks for listening. Look after yourself, look after one another, and remember, you are loved unconditionally by the God of the universe. Remember that this Christmas. Cheers. Bye-bye.